If you think your pantry is fully stocked and your household is prepared for anything, it might be time to take another look. Here's the truth. By December, we could face significant shortages, skyrocketing prices, and empty store shelves. Global uncertainties, crop failures from erratic weather, supply chain disruptions, and rising inflation are all coming together to create a storm we can't ignore. If you're not prepared, securing the essentials for your family might become a real challenge. In this video, we're diving into 8 essential grocery items you need to stockpile immediately. These aren't luxuries, they're critical necessities to ensure your family's well-being during tough times. Some of these items have already seen price hikes of 20%, 30%, or even 50%, and shortages are being reported across the board. Leading producers are raising alarms, warning that these problems could stretch well into next year. This isn't about fear, it's about staying ahead of the curve. By the time most people realize what's happening, prices will have soared even higher, and availability will be scarce. Acting now gives you the power to secure what you need and avoid last-minute panic. So grab a pen and paper, it's time to get serious. December isn't just another month, it's a ticking clock. Let's make sure you and your family are ready for whatever lies ahead. Let's cut straight to it. Wheat and flour are non-negotiable when it comes to building a secure food stockpile. You might feel confident with what you already have, but these aren't just basic pantry staples. They're the foundation of food security. Once they're gone, restocking won't be as easy as a quick trip to the store. Our global wheat supply is far more delicate than most people realize. It's heavily dependent on a few key regions, including Russia, Ukraine, the United States, and Canada. Take the ongoing war in Ukraine, for instance. It's not just a regional conflict, it's a global food crisis. Before the war, Ukraine supplied nearly 30% of the world's wheat. Now, disrupted shipping routes and reduced exports have slashed that contribution. Meanwhile, Russia, a wheat powerhouse, isn't exactly focusing on stabilizing prices or aiding global supply chains. Add to this the severe droughts in the US Midwest and Canada, and you've got the perfect storm: climbing prices and shrinking supplies. Think about what that means for you. Flour isn't just a pantry item, it's the base of so many daily staples. Bread, pasta, tortillas, pancakes, cookies, crackers. Without it, those comforting meals you rely on could become bland and minimal substitutes. Sure, alternative flours like almond or coconut exist, but they're expensive and lack the versatility of traditional flour. Let's face it, making a great loaf of bread or a pizza crust with almond flour is far trickier than it looks on paper. Here's the bottom line. You can't gamble with your food security. Stock up on wheat and flour now before prices climb higher or shortages become widespread. But remember, your stockpile is only as good as its storage. Flour doesn't last forever unless you protect it from moisture, bugs, and time. The solution? Use airtight Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers to significantly extend its shelf life, often by years. For even greater long-term security, consider wheat berries, whole, unprocessed wheat kernels. When stored correctly in a cool, dry place, these have an impressive shelf life. Plus, they're incredibly versatile. You can grind them into fresh flour, sprout them for extra nutrition, or cook them whole as a grain. Not only is fresh flour healthier, but it also tastes noticeably better. With wheat berries, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. To prepare adequately, aim to stockpile 200 pounds of wheat or flour per person per year. Yes, per person. Take a moment to calculate your household's needs and begin building your reserves today. Don't fall into the trap of thinking, I'll just bake less bread if things get tough. Bread isn't just food, it's a vital source of calories, comfort, and even cultural tradition. It can mean the difference between a satisfying meal and going to bed hungry. If you're thinking of growing your own wheat, keep in mind it's not a simple backyard project. Successful wheat farming requires space, time, and expertise. For most people, it's far more practical and affordable to buy wheat now while it's still available. Flour and wheat are more than food, they're survival tools. They stretch meals, thicken soups, and even serve as valuable bartering items during a crisis. Imagine a world where shelves are empty and flour becomes as precious as gold. A single pound of flour could hold immense value in trade, while wheat berries offer flexibility and nourishment. So don't wait until it's too late. If you think you have enough, double check. If you don't see the urgency, reconsider. Store it properly, protect your investment, and start stockpiling today. When others are scraping by with plain rice, you'll be baking fresh bread, nourishing your family, and standing strong in the face of uncertainty. Number 2 on the list might surprise you: toilet paper. It seems like an everyday household item, but in an emergency, it's essential. Picture this. Supply chains are disrupted, shelves are wiped clean, and chaos is everywhere. Now imagine reaching for your last roll of toilet paper and realizing it's gone. What would you do? Resort to leaves, rags, or worse? Let's hope you never have to find out. Stocking up now isn't just about comfort, it's about hygiene, health, and dignity when things take a turn for the worse. Toilet paper is often overlooked because it's so accessible. We're used to seeing shelves fully stocked. But remember the early days of the pandemic? It flew off the shelves, showing just how fragile its supply chain can be. Even though most toilet paper in the US is produced domestically, raw materials often come from overseas. A disruption in international shipping, labor shortages, or a sudden surge in demand can create instant shortages and skyrocketing prices. What about alternatives like reusable cloths? They sound practical but require constant cleaning. That means access to water, soap, and bleach, resources that could be scarce during a crisis. And paper towels? They might seem like a solution, but they can wreak havoc on plumbing if not disposed of properly. As for nature-based substitutes like leaves, let's just say the wrong choice, like poison ivy, can lead to unforgettable regret. Here's a sobering fact. The average person uses around 100 rolls of toilet paper per year. During a crisis, that number can spike due to stress-related issues or reduced water use for flushing. For a family of 4, you're looking at about 400 rolls annually, and that's a conservative estimate. Skimping on this staple is not an option. Concerned about storage? Don't be. Toilet paper is lightweight, compressible, and easy to tuck away, stored in closets, under beds, or even in your attic. It's one of the easiest items to stockpile without crowding your living space. Plus, it's not just a personal essential, it's an exceptional barter tool. In times of scarcity, a single roll could be as valuable as gold. Desperate neighbors might trade food, tools, or even fuel for it. While canned goods and other staples are great for bartering, few items rival toilet paper's demand during a shortage. Here's why toilet paper deserves a place in your emergency stockpile. Long shelf life. Toilet paper doesn't spoil, doesn't need special storage, and stays usable indefinitely if kept dry and away from sunlight. Versatility. Bulk packs are perfect for daily use, while compact camping rolls work well for emergencies. Backup options, stock tissues, and wet wipes as well. But remember, wet wipes aren't biodegradable and can't replace toilet paper long term. Hygiene is more than just comfort, it's a critical part of survival. Don't underestimate the value of this everyday essential, whether it's for personal use, trading, or simply ensuring peace of mind. Toilet paper is a survival staple you can't afford to overlook. Stock up now and avoid the regret of being caught unprepared when it matters most. Number 3 on our list is canned fruits, and let me tell you, this is a total game changer. Picture your pantry as a fortress stocked with vibrant, juicy treasures, canned peaches, pineapples, apples, mixed fruits, or even a comforting jar of applesauce. These aren't just sweet treats. They're your nutrient-rich, energy-boosting allies for tough times. Why are canned fruits an essential addition to your stockpile? Let's break it down. Canned fruits are packed with vitamin C, a critical nutrient for your immune system. In emergencies where medical supplies might be limited, vitamin C helps prevent scurvy and supports your body's defenses. Imagine dealing with bleeding gums, fatigue, or frequent infections during a crisis. It's not a scenario you want to face. By stocking up now, you're ensuring your family stays strong and resilient when it matters most. The natural sugars in canned fruits provide quick energy, while their fiber aids digestion, balancing out a diet heavy in dry carbs and proteins. But there's more to them than nutrition. They bring a burst of flavor and comfort that can uplift morale. In challenging times, opening a can of sweet peaches or tangy pineapples can feel like a small but powerful victory. Canned fruits are champions of longevity. They're shelf-stable, require no refrigeration, and can last 2 to 5 years straight off the store shelf. With proper storage in a cool, dry place, they can remain edible and nutritious far beyond their labeled expiration dates. Even if their texture changes over time, the essential nutrients remain intact. Canned fruits aren't just for snacking, they're incredibly versatile. Applesauce and fruit purees can enhance baked goods, oatmeal, or even serve as natural sweeteners. While fruits packed in juice are a healthier option, those in heavy syrup have their own benefits. The syrup can double as a sweetener or a quick source of energy, adding value to your stockpile. When water is scarce, the natural juices in canned fruits provide an added hydration boost. This makes them invaluable in emergencies, where every drop of water counts. Dried fruits might seem like a good alternative, but they fall short when it comes to hydration, calorie density, and shelf life. Plus, they lack the refreshing juiciness that canned fruits bring to the table. During panic buying, seasonal scarcities, or disrupted supply chains, fresh produce will vanish from shelves. Imported fruits like bananas and mangoes will become a memory, and even local options will be hard to find. Canned fruits step in to fill that gap, offering stability in an unpredictable world. Canned fruits can become a powerful bartering tool. While others ration dry crackers or beans, a can of luscious peaches or a fruit cocktail can trade for fuel, tools, or even labor. In a crisis, canned fruits aren't just food, they're leverage. Unlike fats or proteins, your body doesn't store vitamin C. It needs a regular supply. Multivitamins may help, but they degrade over time and eventually run out. Canned fruits provide a long-lasting, nutrient-packed safety net, ensuring your family gets the fiber, hydration, and energy they need. When you stock canned fruits, you're not just prepping, you're investing in your family's future health, energy, and security. Don't wait until it's too late. Fill your pantry with these vitamin-rich, morale-boosting treasures now. Trust us, future. You will thank you. Number 4 on the list is cooking fuel, the often overlooked essential that can make or break your survival plan. Imagine this. You've spent months stockpiling rice, beans, pasta, and more, feeling confident that your pantry is ready for anything. But then disaster strikes. The power goes out, gas supplies are cut off, and propane deliveries are no longer an option. Suddenly, all those carefully stored dry goods are useless without a way to cook them. That's why cooking fuel isn't a luxury, it's a survival must-have. When you think of cooking fuel, propane probably comes to mind first, and for good reason. It's portable, burns hot and steady, and doesn't degrade over time. Propane is incredibly versatile, whether you're cooking at home or on the go. However, many people underestimate how much they'll need. A typical 20-pound propane tank provides about 20 hours of high-heat cooking. For a single person preparing 3 meals a day, that tank will last roughly 1 week. Now multiply that by a family of 4, and suddenly you're looking at a significant number of tanks to cover an extended emergency. Propane shortages are becoming a real concern, fueled by supply chain disruptions and seasonal demand spikes. Prices are climbing, and availability could vanish entirely in a crisis. Stock up now while it's still possible, and consider keeping multiple tanks on hand for added security. If you own a grill, charcoal is a solid backup option. It's affordable, easy to store as long as it stays dry, and perfect for outdoor cooking. But be mindful, charcoal burns fast. A single bag might last only 3 to 4 days, so you'll need a significant stockpile to sustain cooking during a prolonged emergency. To get the most out of your charcoal, invest in high-quality, long-burning varieties. Pair this with a charcoal chimney starter to eliminate the need for lighter fluid, which can be conserved for other uses. Cooking with wood might sound romantic, but it's a lot of hard work. Wet wood is useless, so you'll need a stockpile of seasoned firewood that's been drying for 6 to 12 months. This means planning ahead and investing in tools like an axe, saw, or splitting maul, along with a secure, weather-protected storage space. Scavenging for wood during an emergency isn't a reliable plan. Many others will have the same idea, quickly depleting local supplies. If wood is your backup fuel, start preparing now to avoid future headaches. Butane stoves are excellent for short-term use or emergencies. They're lightweight, portable, and easy to store. However, butane canisters are expensive and run out quickly, making them unsuitable as a primary fuel source. Think of butane as a backup for unexpected situations or when you need to be on the move. Solar cookers and homemade rocket stoves are trendy, but they're supplements, not solutions. Solar cookers are only effective on sunny days and can't reliably cook large meals. Rocket stoves, while efficient, may not provide consistent heat for prolonged cooking needs. Use these options to complement your main fuel sources rather than relying. Never cook indoors with propane, charcoal, or any other fuel that produces harmful fumes, unless your space is properly ventilated. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a life-threatening risk that no amount of preparedness can undo. Outdoor setups or well-ventilated locations are non-negotiable for safe cooking. In a crisis, cooking fuel can become as valuable as food itself. When others realize they can't cook their stockpiled goods, propane tanks, bags of charcoal, or even small bundles of firewood will skyrocket in demand. Having extra fuel on hand can give you powerful bartering leverage for essentials like food, tools, or protection. But remember, secure your own supply first. Without fuel, even the most well-stocked pantry becomes useless. Plan ahead, stock up wisely, and ensure you have the means to turn your provisions into meals when it matters most. Number 5 on our list, cooking oil, your survival pantry's unsung hero. If you're serious about staying prepared and maintaining a sense of normalcy in uncertain times, this is an essential you can't afford to overlook. Cooking oil, once considered just another pantry staple, is now a critical commodity, and its importance goes far beyond frying and sautéing. Think about it. Cooking oil plays a foundational role in countless culinary tasks. It's essential for baking, stir-frying, making marinades and dressings, and even preserving foods like jerky or confit. Without it, many meals lose their flavor, texture, and even functionality. In survival scenarios where every resource counts, cooking oil becomes an irreplaceable tool in your kitchen arsenal. But here's the problem. Global cooking oil supplies are under serious strain. Droughts are crippling soybean crops in the U.S. Midwest, drastically affecting the availability of vegetable oil. Geopolitical conflicts in regions like Ukraine are disrupting sunflower oil exports, tightening the global market. Rising temperatures have slashed olive oil production by over 30% in some regions, pushing prices to unprecedented levels. Major producers are blending high-quality oils with cheaper alternatives, making it harder to find pure products. Prices are already 2 to 3 times higher than they were a year ago, and supermarket shelves could run dry faster than you think. Stocking up on cooking oil isn't just smart, it's a survival imperative. Here's how to make the most of your investment. Coconut oil is a superstar with its natural resistance to oxidation. Stored properly in a cool, dark place, it can remain fresh for years. Ghee, clarified butter, is shelf-stable, nutrient-packed, and perfect for cooking, frying, or baking. Animal fats like lard and tallow are versatile, durable, and useful beyond food. Think waterproofing leather or conditioning cast iron cookware. Keep oils in tightly sealed containers, away from heat, light, and air. While oils have expiration dates, proper storage can extend their shelf life significantly. Even if your oil goes rancid, don't toss it out. Rancid oil can still serve as fuel for lamps, a wood conditioner, or a lubricant for tools and machinery. In a survival situation, every resource has value. Stock up on a mix of vegetable, canola, olive, coconut, peanut oil, lard, and ghee. Each has unique uses and advantages, from frying and baking to long-term storage. Number 6, pasta, the unsung hero of your emergency pantry. Pasta might seem like just another convenient meal, but in survival situations, it's far more valuable than it gets credit for. When grocery shelves are empty and supplies are scarce, you'll be thankful for every box of pasta you've stockpiled. It's budget-friendly, versatile, and boasts an impressive shelf life, making it a cornerstone of any well-prepared pantry. Made primarily from durum wheat semolina, pasta offers around 200 calories per uncooked cup, a carbohydrate-packed powerhouse to fuel your energy in challenging times. Survival situations demand high-energy foods, and pasta delivers. It's not just about sustenance. Pasta is a morale booster. Its versatility allows you to turn even the simplest pantry staples into hearty, filling meals. Pair it with canned goods, olive oil, garlic, or any ingredient you have on hand, and you've got a comforting dish that breaks the monotony of survival food. But pasta's importance doesn't stop there. Global wheat shortages are threatening production, and rising durum wheat costs are pushing pasta prices higher. Italy, the home of pasta, is already grappling with these challenges, and the effects are hitting local grocery stores. Now is the time to stock up. Waiting could mean facing empty shelves or skyrocketing costs. While pasta has an impressive shelf life, improper storage can cut it short. Don't assume the cardboard boxes it comes in are sufficient. Those flimsy boxes are vulnerable to pests like pantry moths and weevils, and in humid conditions, pasta can absorb moisture and spoil. To ensure your pasta lasts as long as possible, transfer it to airtight containers or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. With proper storage, your pasta can stay fresh for more than a decade. Imagine a meal for pennies today still being a lifesaver in 10 years, even when inflation drives other food prices through the roof. Pasta's flexibility makes it an MVP in your pantry. Small shapes like elbows or orzo are perfect for soups, while longer noodles stretch a can of meat or vegetables into a satisfying meal. Need a quick option? Angel hair cooks in under 3 minutes. You can even make cold pasta salads for a refreshing change when resources are limited. Beyond calories, pasta provides psychological comfort. In survival situations, food fatigue can set in quickly. But a warm bowl of pasta with sauce, butter, or cheese can bring a sense of normalcy and lift spirits, an invaluable benefit during tough times. In times of scarcity, pasta's value skyrockets. Lightweight, compact, and universally beloved, it becomes a form of currency. You could trade a single package for fresh produce, fuel, or labor. People will go to great lengths for a comforting, hearty pasta meal after enduring periods of food insecurity. Stocking extra pasta means not only securing your meals, but also gaining leverage when bartering becomes a necessity. Number 7, coffee. Let's cut to the chase. If coffee isn't already on your stockpile list, you're setting yourself up for trouble. While many think of coffee as a simple morning ritual or indulgence in a crisis, it transforms into a powerful survival tool. Coffee does more than wake you up. It sharpens your focus, boosts morale, and keeps you functioning when life demands more than you thought possible. Emergencies often mean high stress, little sleep, and constant decision making. Whether you're on long security shifts, managing a household under duress, or simply fighting exhaustion, coffee provides the mental clarity and endurance you need to persevere. In survival situations, sleep might not always be an option. Coffee won't replace rest, but it can extend your stamina, allowing you to think clearly and act decisively when it matters most. Coffee might seem abundant now, but that's rapidly changing. Major coffee-producing countries like Brazil, Colombia, and Ethiopia are grappling with the devastating effects of climate change. Rising temperatures, erratic weather patterns, and crop diseases are wreaking havoc on yields. Add to this global shipping delays, labor shortages, and increasing transportation costs, and the outlook becomes grim. Prices are already climbing, and shortages could become a harsh reality sooner than expected. Waiting to stock up may mean paying exorbitant prices or facing empty shelves when you need it most. The good news, coffee has an impressive shelf life if stored correctly. Whether you prefer ground coffee, whole beans, or instant varieties, proper storage can keep your supply fresh for years. Airtight containers. Protect coffee from air, moisture, and light by storing it in sealed containers. Cool, dry places, heat, and humidity are your coffee's worst enemies. A pantry or storage area away from light is ideal. Instant coffee. Often overlooked, instant coffee is compact, lightweight, and nearly indestructible. You don't even need boiling water. Lukewarm water works in a pinch. For those who love fresh coffee, stock up on whole beans or ground coffee and invest in a manual grinder. Electricity may not always be available, but with the right tools, you'll still have your daily brew. Coffee isn't just about staying alert, it's a commodity with serious trading potential. In tough times, luxuries become treasures, and coffee is no exception. People will trade food, tools, or even fuel for the comfort of a single cup. By stockpiling now, you position yourself as the one with the supply, not the one desperate for a quick fix. Coffee offers benefits far beyond its stimulating effects. Headache relief, caffeine can help alleviate headaches, a common issue during high-stress periods. Hunger suppressant, when food is scarce, coffee can help curb appetite temporarily. Used grounds, don't discard them. Coffee grounds can neutralize odors, repel insects, and enrich compost for gardening. On average, a single cup requires about 10 to 12 grams of coffee grounds. To plan ahead, a family of 4, drinking 2 cups each daily, would need approximately 30 pounds of coffee annually. Factor in additional stock for bartering, morale boosting, and unexpected situations. Number 8. Water filtration systems. Let's make this crystal clear. Water is life. Without access to clean, drinkable water, your chances of survival drop dramatically. You might survive weeks without food, but just 3 days without water can be fatal. When a crisis hits, whether it's a natural disaster, infrastructure collapse, or societal breakdown, clean water will vanish faster than you expect. Unless you have an off-grid well, you need a rock-solid plan to filter, purify, and collect water. This isn't just preparation, it's essential. Sure, you could stockpile bottled water, but let's be realistic. That's only a short-term solution. Did you know the average person needs at least 1 gallon of water per day for drinking, cooking, and hygiene? For a family of 4, that's 120 gallons per month, and that's with strict rationing. Most people don't have the space or resources to store that much bottled water. And when those bottles run dry, where will you turn? Drinking untreated water from streams, ponds, or rainwater can lead to severe health issues like diarrhea, parasites, or even deadly infections such as cholera. This is where a reliable water filtration system comes into play. It's not just a smart move, it's a survival necessity. Investing in a high-quality filtration system is critical. Here are your top options. Gravity-fed filters, e.g. Berkey. These systems can filter out bacteria, viruses, heavy metals, and microplastics without needing electricity. They're perfect for long-term crises and purify thousands of gallons over their lifespan. Portable filters, e.g. LifeStraw, Sawyer Mini. Lightweight and compact, these are ideal for bug-out situations or emergencies on the move. They let you drink directly from natural water sources like streams or lakes. Purification tablets or drops. Great as a backup, these neutralize bacteria and viruses that some filters might miss. Keep them in your emergency kit for extra safety. Don't forget to stock up on extra filters, they will eventually wear out. A rainwater collection system is another invaluable tool. Gutters, barrels, tarps, or even makeshift setups can help you capture and store rainwater during emergencies. However, always remember that rainwater might carry bacteria, pesticides, or other contaminants, so it must be filtered before use. Check local laws on rainwater harvesting. Some places have restrictions. But when survival is on the line, those laws might not matter. Combine your collection system with a reliable filter, and you'll have water for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and hygiene. Boiling water is a tried and true purification method, but it has drawbacks. It takes time, fuel, and effort, and it doesn't remove heavy metals or chemicals. While it's good for emergencies, water filtration systems are faster, more efficient, and more reliable. Even water that looks clean can carry invisible dangers like bacteria, pesticides, or industrial runoff. Drinking contaminated water can lead to sickness or worse. Whether it's snowmelt, rainwater, or water from natural sources, always filter it before consumption. In a crisis, water filtration systems or spare filters could become priceless. People will trade almost anything for access to clean water. By stockpiling a few extra systems or filters, you're not just securing your family's survival, you're creating a